Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today we're diving into a fascinating account of tackling the Advent of Code 2024 challenge using the BQN programming language. It's a wild ride.
I'm really keen to hear this. Array languages are a bit of a mystery to me. What's the core takeaway from this article?
The author used Advent of Code as a learning vehicle for BQN, an Iversonian array language. The article details their experience, highlighting both the challenges and the rewards of this approach. It's not just a language tutorial, it's a personal journey.
So what were some of the initial hurdles? I'm guessing setting up the environment wasn't a walk in the park?
You're right. Setting up CBQN, the open source implementation, involved some frustration. The build script automatically cloned submodules without prompting, which the author considered a major design flaw. Then there was the glyph-heavy syntax, requiring a specialized editor plugin, another minor obstacle.
Interesting. And the language itself, how did it compare to more traditional languages?
BQN is radically different. It's all about array operations. Simple tasks like string splitting, which are trivial in many languages, became surprisingly complex. The author emphasizes that you have to rethink problem solving to fit the array paradigm. It's a shift in mindset.
Right, so it's not just about syntax, it's a different way of thinking about data and algorithms?
Exactly. The article showcases this beautifully with examples. Instead of loops, BQN uses array operations and clever techniques like masks to achieve the same results. It's incredibly elegant once you grasp it, but the learning curve is steep.
The article mentions tacit programming. Is that a key feature of BQN?
Yes, BQN supports tacit programming, which allows for very concise code. The author provides examples of both explicit and tacit solutions to the same problems, highlighting the trade-offs between readability and brevity. It's a powerful tool, but it takes time to master.
Did the author mention any specific Advent of Code problems that were particularly well-suited to BQN's array-oriented approach?
Absolutely. The article details solutions for Day 2, checking for decreasing sequences, and Day 25, grid-based lock/key problem. These examples demonstrate how BQN's array operations can simplify complex tasks. The author also discusses a geometric flood-fill algorithm, which is particularly impressive in its elegance and efficiency.
Wow, that sounds incredibly powerful. Were there any downsides mentioned besides the initial learning curve?
Yes. The lack of a debugger was a minor annoyance. Also, the author encountered Stack Overflow issues with recursive solutions due to CBQN's limited default stack size. This highlights a potential limitation of the current implementation.
So overall, what was the author's final verdict on BQN?
Despite the initial difficulties, the author ultimately found BQN to be a rewarding and enjoyable language, especially for solving puzzles like those in Advent of Code. They emphasize the importance of shifting to an array-oriented mindset and highlight the elegance and efficiency of BQN's approach to certain types of problems. It's not a language for every task, but it's definitely a fun one to explore.
That's a great summary. Thanks for sharing this insightful article with us. It sounds like a language worth investigating for those interested in array programming and puzzle solving.
You're welcome. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.